extends from the uneven hillsides down to the Valle dei Mulini. The town's greatest architectural treasure is the Duomo, set high on a broad flight of steps with an impressive facade. The adjoining cloisters of Paradise, built in the 13th century in Arabic style, contains ancient sarcophagi, marble sculptures and marvellous mosaic works. High up and overlooking the beach is the medieval tower of Zero. As the first maritime republic of Italy, it is also proud to note that Flavio Gioia was born here, and in fact the main square was dedicated to him. Behind the main square lie the ruins of the ancient arsenal, which comprises of two main halls divided by 10 columns and Gothic arches. At the Municipio, in the Civic Museum, are preserved the Amalfitane tabloids, which are the earliest collection of maritime laws set down to regulate and control the medieval trading ships. To the back of here begins the Valle dei Mulini, or Valley of the Mills, also called Valle del Caneto. Thanks to the waterfalls of the Caneto, the locals were able to drive the paper mills, among the oldest in Europe, and in the nearby museum it is possible to admire the paper and the instruments and machines used in its production. Attached to Amalfi's glorious past as an ancient maritime republic is the historic regatta. This famous event, which takes place in Amalfi every 4 years, relives and revives important moments in the town's historic past. Pisa, Genova and Venice also take turns in organising the regatta. The commemorations of this great event are divided into 2 distinct parts. First, the procession, where each of the 4 cities are represented by 80 people, all in traditional costume and representing important people from the past. The second part is the boat race between the 4 cities using galleons similar to the original ones, each one equipped with 80 oarsmen and a cox. Each crew wears the colours of its city: Amalfi blue, Pisa red, Genova white and Venice green. The winners receive the gold and silver trophy, which depicts the boat race and holds it until the following year. Just a few hundred metres away from Amalfi is the town of Atrani, small and very picturesque, set into the valley. Its houses appear to be tightly packed around the impressive octagonal bell tower. Like the town, the beach too is small and quaint, protected on either side by cliffs. It offers tranquility and relaxation. In the evening the fishermen leave from here. Each boat has a lantern and the sea, all of a sudden, seems to be lit by 1,000,000 candles. The splendid snake-like road, which winds its way up through the vineyards and olive groves, takes us to Ravello. A gem amongst gems along this precious coastline. Suspended between sky and sea, it is renowned for its moderate climate, magical scenery and prestigious Arab Sicilian works of art. From the glorious gardens of Villa Ruffolo, where Wagner found inspiration for his Parsifal, here every summer symphonic concerts are held. In the gardens of Villa Simbrone there is a magnificent cliff-top balcony, and the view from the Belvedere is outstanding. Then there is the Duomo, dedicated to San Pantaleone, which has the most beautiful bronze doors, a crypt, pulpit and bell tower dating back to the 12th century. Coming down from Ravello and continuing along the coastal road, we soon reach Minori, a small peaceful town. It has very pretty surroundings, which together with the ancient watchtowers forms a crown over the small habitat and its beach. Its variety of small white houses seem to rise out of the cliffs, and the terraces are rich with lemon groves. During the 30s, the ruins of the Roman villa here in Minori were uncovered. Built in the 1st century, it is of extreme interest, not only for its architecture, but also for the frescoes and stucco decorations. Immediately on the other side of the promontory, which separates Minori, is Maiuri, an enchanting locality facing out onto a spacious sandy beach. In the form of an amphitheatre, the town's houses reach up the mountainside. It makes one wonder how splendid it must have been during medieval times, when it was defended by walls and watchtowers. Today it is one of the busiest holiday resorts, dominated by the Church of Santa Maria a Mare. It has a gold-tiled mosaic dome and is reached by a steep flight of steps. Further ahead is Erchia, a very nice bathing resort. Its actual residential area is divided into two parts, one set above the terraces of orange and lemon groves and the other along the very picturesque and sandy beach. It has been defined as the Spiaggia dei Sogni, the beach of dreams, because of its seclusion. Dominating the landscape here, we find a large and impressive ancient watchtower set on a steep spur of rock which branches out to sea, dividing two really enchanting beaches. After leaving Erchie and continuing along the coastal road again, we soon reach Cetara, an ancient fishing village situated in the base of a valley overlooked by Mount Falerzio and facing the sea. Surmounted by a beautiful Saracen tower, this small habitat, which seems to have fought hard to find space to exist and which once only extended along the coastal line, has now expanded up onto the rocky mountainside. Twice the distance from here to the point of Fuenti, we reach the lovely town of Vietri. Its whitewashed houses from a cascade down to the coast. There is a small road which leads us to the sandy beach below. This has also become a very popular tourist resort. In front, rising out of the limpid blue sea, are two gigantic rocks called I Due Fratelli, the two brothers, so named because they are almost identical. Glistening in the sunshine and forming part of the landscape is the very beautiful mosaic dome of the Church of San Giovanni. Here at Vietri, the art of ceramics has become famous worldwide. The wonderful designs and techniques have been handed down from generation to generation. One can find anything from vases to urns and a host of other objects, all brightly coloured and in perfect harmony with this sunny resort. A small volcanic island, Procida lies between the island of Ischia and the Cape Misenum. Originally it formed part of the mainland near the Phlegrean fields, but broke away thousands of years ago. A beautiful islet in the form of a scythe is a real paradise for all winged creatures and wild rabbits. Procida, a natural port and landing place for its fishing boats, is a fascinating place, not only for its natural surroundings and steep uneven coastline, but also for its simple unsport beauty. The main and only inhabited centre on the island, also named Procida, leads from the Marina Grande to the harbour of Chiaiolella. Its streetscape of brightly coloured houses, almost oriental in appearance, with dome-shaped roofs and arched terraces, forms a very picturesque setting, along with its small roads and alleyways linked by many steps. Over the years, Procida has managed to maintain its identity and is only really invaded by its fishing boats and nets. High up, almost overhanging the sea, is the Castello, an ancient castle which is now used as a prison, and proceeding even further up, one can enjoy the most splendid panorama. Ischia, the so-called Isola Verde, the Green Island, has a very fertile soil and therefore rich vegetation covers its slopes. It rises in front of Capo Miseno, from which it is separated by a short stretch of water. Volcanic in origin, its highest point is Monte Epomeo. From its hidden reservoir of seething molten matter come the thermal springs, which are said to be very therapeutic, and because of its mild climate and natural beauty, it has been a popular tourist resort since ancient times. It is a pretty resort to say the least. The flat-roofed houses array the terraced hillside above the water, and its villas and gardens are framed with pines. The commune of Ischia is divided into 6 parts. However, the chief town of the island consists of Ischia Ponte, the most ancient part, and Ischia Porto, which is the modern part and has become more commercialised. The castle is of great interest. It is a combination of the constructions of different ages. Varano, an important thermal resort, renowned for its highly therapeutical waters, is situated high above the sea, in one of the most beautiful positions, with a splendid view over the limpid sea. Its clear air and tranquility make it even more attractive to the visitor. Forio, a very picturesque village which is situated above the headland to the extreme west, has a good supply of thermal waters, and it also important for the splendid wine it produces. Here you will find a very old castle and a medieval tower. The Santuario del Soccorso above the village commands an enchanting view. St. Angelo, a splendid and picturesque fishing village, has an underwater spring which issues jets of steam and is a popular spa and bathing resort. Nearby we find Marina dei Maronti, which can be reached by boat or a small pathway. Casa Micciola on the north slope of Monte Epomeo is a pleasant resort and spa, the first to be visited on Ischia for its mineral waters. Lacca Ameno, another well-known and busy thermal resort, has the most radioactive waters in Italy. It too is well positioned and faces onto a quiet and secluded bay. The Phlegrean Fields, from the Greek word phlegreos, means burning fields. It is an exceptionally interesting area, not only for its artistic and historical value, but also for its geographical position. This volcanic region has left its traces in 13 low craters. Some are filled with water, which gives this countryside its unusual beauty. Pozzuoli is partly situated on a promontory which dominates an enchanting gulf. Founded by the Greeks, Dicearchia in the 11th century, Pozzuoli is the principal centre of the Phlegrean Fields and is mainly visited for its thermal baths. It has also many ancient monuments. Probably the most interesting is the Flavian Amphitheatre. This vast structure is the third largest of the amphitheatres in Italy. Built around 70 AD and measuring 149 metres long and 116 metres wide, it had the capacity to hold 40,000 spectators. Another monument, probably even more famous, is the Roman-built Serapeum, called the Temple of Serapis, which was incorrectly named after the discovery of the statue of Serapis, the sacred god of merchants. The correct name for this covered marketplace is, however, Macellum. The unique phenomenon of the area is where the land has submerged and emerged due to floodings. In fact, the 3 columns at the entrance of the market show traces of watermarks at different levels.